There are so many financial designations that you will come across nowadays. There are so many, so-called guru use certain letters after their name. So let's make it sure that we are all clear what are real and what are not so real, basically. So there are mainly five financial designations are important for the retail, tax, accounting, and financial world. If you find anything other than these five, are essentially that actually somebody came out with a smart business idea to give those kind of designation for some annual fee and make other people feel good, and these people can make money, but there are no real the education is involved in that one. So there are five designation I'm talking. I'm going to start with the CPA, then CFA, then CFP, then enroll agent, EA, and the last one is, it is not a designation but maybe LLM. It is more like a study, that's a JD, meaning tax attorney with LLM degree. So these are mainly five designations. Those are well respected. Also, it requires quite a bit to study, hard work. It takes anywhere between 2 to 3 years for you to have this designation. So these are the real designation, and that I'm going to go a little bit more in detail that are what this designation involves basically. But if you come across any other except than this one, then probably those are not as powerful. People use some certified tax and certified that are actual investment and this and that. There are some licenses, not a designation. So let's say if you want to sell insurance, you need the life insurance license. If you want to sell investment, you need the investment actual licenses. So there are some licenses is not a designation, right? So you could be, say for example, anybody, and you pass those that are actual licenses, and you can practice, or you can do that that license allows you to do that one. But the designation or special study that you undertake, and it really makes you knowledgeable. So let's start with the CPA, which is probably the most well-known designation. So that actual CPA involves the two study, accounting and tax, and that obviously takes that actual CPA takes anywhere 2 to 3 years for you for you to get that degree basically. And that actual CPA, that as we know, that actually primarily help you with the tax preparation, tax planning, and the accounting work as well. Second one is extreme opposite to the CPA. It's called CFA, Chartered Financial Analyst. CPA is a certified public accountant, and CFA is a chartered financial analyst, which is purely for investment world. So that's where you'll find the investment analyst and the actual portfolio manager and the investment folks. They have also three that actual module, that the actual level you need to pass, and it is very difficult. It takes at least 3 years to get to the CFA, and that even though it is not well known as CPA, but it is very, very well respected within the financial or the investment world. The third one is a CFP. It's called Certified Financial Planner. So CFP is also very, very well respected. It is getting very popular. It is up to some extent well known as well. But the CFP involves taxes, investment, insurance, estate planning, actual retirement planning. So overall financial planning, and that it also takes quite a bit of time. I think when I passed, it was 10-hour exam that you take 1 4-hour exam on Friday, and then you take a 2 3 hours exam on Saturday, and it covers entire 5 modules at that time used to be. So and that actual passing rate is that very, very low. So that the third one is a CFP. And then the fourth one, it's called enroll agent. You would see EA. EA, it's like, I call certain time, it's like have you seen the medical word DO versus MD? MD is well, actually recognized brand versus DO. So if you're in the southern state, DO is well known. But if you're somewhere in the north, and I used to live in that actually, New York, New Jersey area, and now I'm in Florida. So that actually in the northeast, even though there are actually quite a bit DOs, but it's not that well known. But in the south, you will see most people knows the DO. But actually similar way, the EA, enroll agent, is very similar to CPA. They do the very similar work. Only thing is, the enroll agent is awarded by the IRS, and it is primarily for tax. it's not accounting. There is no accounting study in that one. So in the EA, that normally the 3 module, you learn about the actual personal taxes, you learn about the business taxes, and third one is the actual best practices and the ethics and so on and so forth, basically. So the fourth one is the EA, and the actual final one is a JD or the tax attorney. You will see they do the 1-year specialized course, LLM. So those things are very, very important. So these are the 5 designation you will see that I call them the real designation. People do pay price for that one in terms of studying and so on and so forth. And they have very high ethics that actual requirement. It is strongly managed by the appropriate organization or authorities. So this is what you're going to see. Anything other than that one, they try to come up with something. So if you're not able to get any of this file, you pay the fees, spend a few hours, and start using after your name, because most people don't understand anyway. So that was the logic. Now, that other last thing I want to say is that even though these are the 5 designation are really good, and it does require lots of study, and it is actually well recognized. Unfortunately, the IRS code or the financial world or the accounting, it is very, very wide. There's so many things involved. So that even though you do have very smart CPA or smart CFP or smart EA or smart attorney or smart CFA, they can't possibly know everything, right? So that you have a smart CPA, but that CPA doesn't know as much as CFA about the investment. And you can have a very, very smart let's say investment analyst or the financial guy, but he might not be as good as the actual tax side. So that's where the team approach comes. That's where you want to work with a firm where you're not dealing with one CPA or one CFA or one EA or one attorney. You're dealing with a group of people. So if you have that kind of high net worth, or if you have that kind of income, you do not compromise. You say, hey, I want the team. I do not want to deal with one person. And that's where you are going to see the tremendous impact on your taxes, on your finances, on your legacy, on your retirement overall, and on your net worth.